All right, we're back. So we've done the handstand little hops. We've done headstand. And just one more thing I'd like to offer is our forearm stand, which we tried warm up and prep in already. So it's basically an extension of your dolphin. And for this, again, I don't know if this is just me, but I tend to get these little bruises when I do it, and I don't know if that's just me rubbing against, I don't know. Anyway, that's a situation that happens for me, so be prepared for that. I like my hands to be on the grippy mat, and I like my elbows on a comfortable towel. So that's very, this is my glamorous way of doing forearm stand. But again, for me, this is not 100% hit ratio. I would say the hit ratio is slightly higher than my handstand. And by slightly, I mean a lot higher than my handstand. My handstand is very, very low percentage, but okay. So the same deal though, you're measuring the same way, yeah. And your hands are flat against the floor. And just know that if you tend to notice that your elbows separate or your hands come in together, the two ways to kind of help with that is one, using a block in between your hands, and then two, if you have some sort of strap or a belt, you can find a good belt loop. That's the good distance of your elbows and kind of keep yourself from moving. I find this kind of restrictive, but if your elbows are truly kind of moving a lot dramatically, you might want to consider using something like this. And know that your belt will not survive quarantine. But I never wear belts anyway, so that's fine. So if you're doing this, I don't do a stag in this. I just send one straight leg up followed by my second straight leg up. So you can decide what works better for you. But give it a couple of whirls. Ideally, you're looking not to, oh, I forgot to mention, if you're doing handstand, where you're looking is sort of like, maybe like 2 feet back behind you, right? And then when we were doing the handstand hops, I was sort of looking in between my hands. Best you can, in an ideal world, you would be looking sort of also like about 1 foot, 2 feet in front of you, so then that your neck is not cranked back and you're more like this, like this. But I am not quite there yet, so my eyes like to trace back down. Okay, enough talking. Look at me stalling, huh? Again, check that there's enough space in front of you and behind you, and train yourself to be able to fall out if you are doing it in the center of the room. Sometimes it takes a couple of tumbles, and that's just fine. So, you lift. And sometimes I dump, so I need to try to avoid the dumping. And really push. Engage strong through your legs, and again, know how you fall out, right? So, let's give it a couple more tries. And push strong into the floor, into your elbows, into your forearms, just as you would with your hands. And my hands have totally come in close together again. Let's say we'll give ourselves another 2 minutes here to try whatever version that you're going to try. And I know this is hard on our shoulders, so, or your hands, or even just your mental kind of thought process and all that stuff. So take rest, absolutely. So 2 minutes starts now, and then just see what you can do, whether it's resting or just a couple more hops for the next 2 minutes. All right, we'll do it together. Good practice for us. And sometimes when I start banana boating, I really need to like kind of, okay, calm down, let's reassess the situation and not banana boat. Firm up, pull your navel in tight. Ooh, I'm falling all over the place today. every time you think you're gonna fall out though, I want you to struggle for it. I want you to fight for it and see if you might be able to stay maybe a second or two longer than just letting yourself fall out. And I'm telling that to myself absolutely, because I definitely just want to fall out and let myself go. But really, every single time you fight for it, it's very helpful for your next iteration. You have about 30 seconds left to finish up. And sometimes at this point when I'm like, man, my tries have been really worse and worse, I'll go to the wall. But for now, I'm just gonna suck it up, buttercup, and continue to practice in the center of the room. You have about 15 seconds left. See what you can do. All right, everyone. Nice job. Do you have any visuals of those videos that you took? I'm very curious to see how you did, what you tried, all that wonderful stuff. But let's do a couple of wrist circles just for now. And then switch it out the other direction. And then let's take a couple of shoulder circles. Thanks, Emma. The struggle is real. And we'll take it the other direction. Yeah, that's awesome. I think sometimes it's just like, man, with these arm balances, you just have to interlace your fingers back behind, and just let your knuckles go down as you lift your chest up. And if it feels okay to do so, start to flatten out your palms against the floor and give yourself just a couple of walks back. Open your chest. Yeah, but with these arm balances, I think sometimes it's just like, all right, I'm gonna hang my ego up on the door and practice, right? Truly, just practice. It's okay. Good, let's gently, gently let that go. I feel like I was gonna do something else with you guys for this. Yes, I remember now. Okay, so for our shoulders, yes, awesome. Okay, so for our shoulders, real quick, I'm just gonna face my back to you without actually touching your back though, right? Pick up your right arm, elbow up, left arm, elbow down, and without touching your back, kind of just reach for your fingers, and then just continue to switch it out without touching your back. So this makes it a little bit tricky, right? But find that full rotation best you can without touching your back. Good, keep going. Two more times. All right. And this is gonna take a little bit longer, but hang out with me if you have the time for it. Lie down on your back. We've done this before, but I think it's really quite helpful. So lie down and then pick up your right arm up by your head and then just roll over to your right hand side. Take your left arm, crawl it up your back, right? So your fingers are crawling up your back, like so. And then once you've reached sort of your maximum point on its own, lie back with your fingers flat against the floor. And then from here, if you have more to give, you can bend up your legs and do windshield wipers to encourage your bottom to move farther toward the back of the room. And because your arm is sort of pressed snug underneath your body, as you move your butt toward the back, Your fingers should naturally just crawl up your back. And you let your legs go straight or bent, however you like to do it. And give yourself some time. Let this left shoulder feel all the feels. You can take this free right arm and bend it. Meet your other set of fingers. And because I'm mirroring you right now, I'm actually doing my right arm, mirroring left. And let me tell you, this is the arm that feels generally a little bit tighter for me. And I mentioned it a couple of days ago, but it's kind of a small victory for me. I can reach for my fingers without any extra assistance, and without being super warmed up either. So that's a huge positive for me. And I can't really tell you whether it's a function of us doing these types of exercises together more, or if it's a function of just not climbing, or if it's a combination of both. I definitely think climbing makes it a little bit tighter over there. And I asked James about this, and he said, like, also perhaps that you just develop more muscle there, which is definitely awesome. But also, I don't know if that's true, but the tightness is definitely true, I think. Okay, so let's extend out this top arm again. Bend up your left leg and then push. Roll yourself over to your right hand side. Free out your left arm. And then take on any shapes that you'd like to, just to restore range of motion and life back into your left arm. And when you're ready, let's return back to the floor. Pick your left arm up, roll over to your left hand side. Bend up your right, crawl your fingers up. And then once you've reached your maximum, spread your fingers, gently lie back down. And do any sort of additional windshield wiping that your body may allow you to do. And then from here, bend up your free left arm and crawl your fingers down to meet your right fingers. Again, you can keep your legs straight or bent, whatever feels nice to you. And let your right side shoulder feel all the feels. And if this side feels particularly easy, let your spine be a little bit less arched off of the floor. Good, and then gently free out this free left arm. Roll over to your left-hand side and let your right arm live. Take on any circle shapes, whatever you need to do. And then when you're ready, you sit yourself back up. Good work today, guys. Not easy to do. I'm glad Simone brought up this particular sort of topic or a theme to play around with. Definitely helped me rise up to the challenge, and hopefully helped you rise up to the challenge as well. And anytime you want to see something like that or do something different, I'm always game. Why not? We're here in this space doing crazy things already, so might as well add some other crazy things to the mix. But thank you for being here. Let me know what you thought, and anytime you want to do something crazy for that weekend wild card, for sure, let's totally hit that up. So anyway, drink tons of water, take good care of yourself. It is a kind of terrible, gloomy, rainy day today, so it gives us a great excuse to just curl up on the sofa and watch bad television and all that wonderful stuff. So thank you so much for being here. This is awesome, Gwen. That's great. I love it. I love it, Kristen. Good to see you, David, Molly. And I will see you next time. So tomorrow we're back onto our regular, normal schedule of core. So I'll see you then. Okay, bye. Have a good night, guys.